Team family, I hope you're doing good. I think you're doing good. Life is always an up and down. For an example, many people are crying around when they lose something or someone steals something from them, which means it happens to everyone. And when it happens, you will start crying around. Oh, he owes me money. Oh, I invested in something and it did not work out for me. And all the money's gone. In the beginning, it will be hard for you, but later you will move on. There are people, millionaires, they are losing millions. Some of them getting heart attacks, some of them they're getting serious problems, which means some organizations will follow them, stuff like that. But many of them, if they lose something, they move on because life is like that. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. But you have always to make sure that your health is good. Okay, be healthy. Yeah, it's a lot. It means a lot to be healthy. Today it will be a very tough topic. We're gonna talk about how do we pray to the spiritual world and where is your temple. First of all, Mbote, yeah, boa tarde, Maria, Portuguese. Sister Maria, we are doing a lot in Portuguese as well. I have disciples in Portuguese. They're doing a great work. They have a lot of followers on Instagram. I have a little channel on YouTube, a Profeta Bantu Mikamasa Bantu Israela. Yes, and so you can visit me there. My Portuguese page is down. My Portuguese page is down. My website. Yeah. So yeah, welcome. Yeah, so please, here, give me a like, a thumb up for the video if you watch it, and also share it. It's very important. I think I have to mention that sometimes I'm not the guy that used to promote myself. I don't like it so much to beg or to promote. Yeah, share the videos if you like it. Yeah, and I think it will support my channel. Now, first of all, we give all thanks to the Most High, to Tanzania and Zulu, because he's doing something for us. He's showing us amazing things, and I think today he will show us some more secrets. I have to say very clear, I'm very proud of me because I know what kind of work I'm doing. I always used to see in spirit different kinds of things. I don't dream. I see mostly what the Most High shows me, what my teachings are doing. They're teaching so many people outside there. Today we have people outside there, they're doing minings. We have people outside there doing agriculture. We have people outside there, they're moving to Africa doing different kinds of projects. In America, they know where they are, who they are, and stuff like that. Hey, say whatever you want to say. Yeah. My ministry is good. Okay? But I don't get props, and that's not so bad. Why? Because my father always used to say, if people start lifting you up, it's going down, which means what you want to be seen by humans, the Most High won't see you that way. The one that is high in the Most High, the humans don't like him. He wants just to take and to go their ways. That's why Isaiah was always doing things in secrets. He did not tell everyone, not even his disciples. He didn't show everything about the spirituality. And this is where we're going to start, because I will take my time to really explain you different kinds of things about the spiritual world today, because it has dimensions and it is not for everybody. Yeah. So Telegram, WhatsApp group. Yeah, we have WhatsApp groups. Telegram, yeah, I'm Telegram as well. Great. Ingeta, greetings, Mbote, Yenge to everyone here. Yeah, you are highly welcome. If you can't watch the video till the end, then watch it twice. Now, where is your temple? Where is your prayer house? Okay, a temple is what? A prayer house. This is a temple. Today, we have prayer houses, also called church, or a place where God sits. Okay, this is how people used to call it today. But what is a temple? A temple is not only a church. A temple can be assembly. A temple can be at home. Yeah, a temple can be on the mountain. A temple can be on the riversides, on the river. A temple can be in different kinds of places. What is a temple really? A temple is normally a place where you temporarily are. Okay, where you spend time. Okay, even if you say, I used to sit very often in front of my computer, it can become a case for you. It can become a house for you. A temple, you can create a temple even at your job place, because you're every day in this place becomes familiar to you. Your smell stays there. We're coming very soon to smell. Your smell stays there, which means the spiritual will recognize you there. They will find you there. You will left something there. And this becomes your house. But today, if we talk about temple, the Jewish, Catholics, and Muslims, they're so smart. They will build you a house of stones and put a lot of gold that they stole from Africa there. They will take some bones from our prophets and put it under some altars. Yeah, they will take incense and all the things that I'm teaching now in my schools to people. They will put it there, yeah, and start giving people the blood of Jesus. They will start eating the flesh of Jesus, and etc. etc. Okay, and we want to go a little bit deeper today and understands the inner secrets about the temple. First of all, before we start entering into the temple prayer, I have to mention very clear that ancestral power is different from Christian religion, yeah, or religion itself. All religion believes in ancestral cause. It is inside there. Why we pray? Now, I'm asking you right away, yeah, because we're talking about prayer here today. Yeah, it will be very, very sensible, because everyone prays that I think that they watch my channel or not. And I will tell you, there are some of us that have never prayed that will make it to heaven before those who pray every day, because they still don't know how to pray, or they pray like the hypocrites. The hypocrites. It's not your prayer that will make it we go to heaven. You know, keeping the commandment, walking in righteousness. Okay, walking in righteousness. And there is another thing behind it, yeah, what I used to call ways, the path of your life. If you are born like a bad guy, yeah, a so-called hustler or whatever word, it's hard to change. It's how you are. So, if you are born to make it here, then take the cross, carry it so that you can make it. This is a complete other teaching. Now, again, ancestral power is different from Christian religion. Okay? Now, if you pray, yeah, we say we pray to the Most High, right? Do you really know that if you really pray to the Most High? Because if you pray to a father, the father says, "My hands are not too short to help you." If you knock the door, Matthew 7:7, I will give it to you. Why do you not receive it then if you pray? If I say to my mom now, "Mom, I need $200," my mom will find a way, maybe not now, but tomorrow or the day after, to give me the $200. But why do you not receive anything after 500 of years? And why do you not receive anything after going so many years to church, yeah, and begging, really begging as a son or a daughter to Most High? Can you imagine? What is this for a father that doesn't give you food? No, that's good. Let's go to Christianity itself. What kind of damage it has done to our people. Go and find out what Christians have done so far to African people that we are called now today Brazilian African, South American African, Asian African, Indian African, American African, European African, etc., etc. True Christianity, they showed us that we are praying today. We prayed, we prayed, we prayed. Nothing happened. So, what is the problem? What is the problem? Now, rituals, yeah, you will also find it in the Christian religion, in the Muslim religion, in the Buddhist religion. The only problem is that they receive directly what they want. Yeah, I've never seen a Christian pastor that is poor. Yeah, especially if he's getting church money from the government. He's receiving money from his followers, houses. The most of his followers are rich already. Okay, so people do not even know. Okay, he has a group of people that controls everything. Some of them have even plans, big cars that he drives around to visit people. So it's a business. Now, their rituals used to work over the years, but we don't see. We as the Muntu, we have never seen those parts in church that there are even rituals to do. In the Bible, you will find it all over the Ancient Testament, even to the New Testament. You will always see that even Isaiah say, "I was a living sacrifice." So rituals all the time. But in reality, while we have in church, you have seen the Catholic priest coming with the incense burner and stuff like that, throwing some water on you, but you have never understood where these kinds of things comes from, etc., etc. Which means these people will never reveal you what they do, but you are still sitting like the slave, where the pastor has preached what he wants to preach, and later he goes to your family to rape them and to do whatever what he wants to do with your family. This is where Christianity came from. Slavery. Christianity brought slavery to Africa. And still it is bringing slavery to our minds, mental slavery and physical. We are slaves, but they can't help. That's the funny thing about it. That it is a God, an entity that we are praying to, and he can't help. And they build churches, made it nice. They put different kinds of gods in church, wood and stone, and everyone believes that the Most High sits there Now, the difference of an ancestral, someone that say, I know the Most High, not I know Jesus or I am Christian. No, I know the Most High. Is a difference between someone that says, I go to the Most High's house to know him, or I go to assembly to know him. Because we're going to find out here, yeah, where the key point is, because I'm going to alchemy. What is the difference between ancestral power and the church spirituality? I did not even call the feasts that they have, which are completely false, or the days from Monday to Sunday, today Sunday, which is another Monday. They used to have, yeah, different kinds of days of prayers, but we don't know that. Every day, yeah, has something to do with the planets. Every day has another angel that controls it. Every day has another color. Okay, you will not have an angel that has that is put there to for yeah. You will not see him if you pray to him in a different day. You cannot pray and connect. Oh, I'm connecting to the Most High. No, there is an angel and a day and color before you even can connect to the spiritual world, and he will receive your prayer and take it there. So you don't know all this. You just keep praying, 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 praying. Yeah. And your prayers can't be welcome. It's impossible. But the Muzungus, according to the Christian calendars, the Christian timelines, the Christian feasts, the Christian mythology, the cults, because it's a cult where we are into. Yeah? They are so blessed. They are so blessed. And no one understands why. Because they're connected. They know exactly every day which kind of prayer they have to do. An angel of healing will not resolve your problems that you have of love. An angel of love can't resolve your problems of war if you are at warfare. An angel of warfare can't resolve your problems if you have financial problems. Wake up! Oh, Most High! There is only one Most High. He will resolve all problems. The Most High isn't alone above. He was never alone, and he does not do anything without his mighty Kongo, which are above and here on earth. This connection that we have lost between the angelic beings is the same thing, yeah, that we have lost with our animals, with our bottom, which our earth, our lands in Africa, whatever, with our forests, with our mountains. There's no connection no more. So we don't receive the informations. But they know exactly what they do. Okay? Now, let us go let us enter a little bit deeper. Like I said, before I go to the temple thing, I will open you this. An ancestral power, an ancestral worship, and inside all this Paul and all of them, all our forefathers, not even many years ago, they had the power when they prayed, which is begging. Now, to whom do you beg? You're begging. If you pray, you're a beggar. You're knocking. Please, Father. Who's your father then? Did you ever see that person that you're connecting with? Okay, so you are connecting to something, yeah, that you believe he can give you something what you want. And if you don't know this person or this spirits, because everyone that prays to spirits, isn't it? But if you don't know these spirits, how can you receive something from them? And our forefathers have received a lot of punishment because they have prayed to foreign gods. all this time. Because you're praying, but you're praying to what and to who? I hope you understand me, because I know that this is a high level what I'm teaching you here. You don't know to whom you shoot your prayers, to whom you pray, because you're not praying. Give me that, Father. Help me, protect me, Father. My children, bring them safe home. I need to have good points in school. You are begging, okay? When our forefathers begged to the spiritual world, okay, I have never heard in the name of Jesus, first of all, okay? There was a way. Second thing, when they begged, they received it in that minute. I'm saying in that minute, or sometimes a week, or maybe even a month, but not 500 years ago. Which means there is a connection, yeah, through your offspring, through your ancestors, through the beings. That must be a ladder. There's a ladder that must be created so that you receive the things that it comes from nowhere, directly from the other world into this world. From nothing. You say, hey, Father, I want to go to kill some animals. There is no one that goes into the forest, even Muslims do that, without doing a ritual. There's no one that wants to go to catch some fishes without doing a ritual. There's no one that wants to take some gold, some diamonds, or to do some scientific work. Prayer given to the spiritual world something so that you receive something in the physical world. Oh my goodness. Now people are like, Master, I don't find these kinds of things in the Bible. I don't find these kinds of things in the Bible. Now wait a minute. First of all, spirituality was always hidden. Okay? First of all, that's the first thing. It wasn't for everyone. The second thing is, why should we write everything down that people know how it works? And then our people that grew up in the bundu, yeah, in the houses of Nigeria, or when you are in the Congo or South Africa, whatever. These elders, they knew what to do. These people there, after seeing these elders doing, after seeing the culture, how they do things, they knew how things works. You don't have to tell me how, if I want to go to a river, yeah, and find something there, yeah, you don't have to tell me what to do, because we knew already. Why should I write it down? Now, today, one of the problems that we really have is that many people think that everyone that has the Bible in his hands is a saint. But this is completely wrong. Still today, everyone that has a Bible in his hands is supposed to be a good person. But this is completely wrong. This is historical wrong. This is, hey, the greatest molesters, criminals are church leaders. The church has so much blood in his hands, different kind of crimes you can't imagine. So everyone that has a Bible in his hand must have the truth. So the truth, you will only find it in the Bible. But this is not right. This is against nature. The Most High have created the world. There was no Bible there. It's against the nature. Okay? So now, yeah, I saw Rick Ross in Angola. I tell you, all America will come to Africa. Don't worry. We are one people, and the Most High is connected. I tell you, there will come a time people will confess from all over the world then people will be very surprised. Yeah, they will say Masa was talking about those kinds of things, but what we hear here now is different, because the spiritual world is very hidden, it's closed. Because if you open up, it's open. People can now, okay, this is what is happening here. Now, let us go deeper before I lose my focus. So I want to share the first Bible verses just to show you guys, because I haven't even started yet talking about the temple, which people will be very surprised and will know how to pray, because I know that people love videos that teaches us how to pray. Now, he's saying, for if someone comes and proclaims another Messiah, and then the one we proclaimed, or if you receive a different spirit from the one you received, or if you accept different gospel from the one you accepted, you put with it readily enough, which means we have accepted gospels, doctrines that was not ours. We have to understand this. We have to understand. I'm saying very clear. Priests, to be a priest is not for everyone. To be a priest is not for everyone. Okay? Spirituality is not everyone must understand spirituality. I know that everyone wants to understand spirituality, but it is almost impossible. I can see it by different kinds of teachers. Okay? For the Tanzania does nothing without revealing his secrets, yeah, to his servants, the prophets. Okay? The lion is roaring. Who will not fear? The Most High God has spoken. Who can but prophesy? The thing is, why should everyone know those things? This is what kept the Vatican. They call it the place of the biggest secrets. The place of the biggest secrets. This is the Vatican. Okay? I'm asking, why should the Most High reveal all these kinds to you? How many people teach spirituality? They will teach you news. They will teach you the laws. They will teach you everything that is in the Bible. But teaching you spirituality, from where should they know those kinds of things? And because of the Bible, you're also limited. You will call everything evil because you don't know, because you do not understand. This doesn't mean that it is evil, because mostly that's what you understand. Not even that you see as evil. When the pastor shakes with his Bible there and his woman is dancing and everyone, you think, oh, this man is the holy man. So everything is vice versa. And if we were going to see something here. Now, you have different kinds of people going from one church or one assembly to another assembly, okay? Everyone is like, no, and on that assembly, I have seen this and this was wrong. And, assemblies, a real assembly is a temple, okay? A real assembly is a temple. And what is a temple again? A place where your smell sits. Your smell, your spirit, the Ruach Al-Kadesh that the Most High gives you, has a place where he is and stays and prays and worship. He comes out there. He involved it. He develops it. Okay? My goodness. Can you imagine? Huh? Okay? This is your this is your secret place where you find the inner truth. Okay? Okay, what is happening now? You have different kinds of people. Going back and forth from this assembly to another assembly, this assembly to another assembly. From this church to another church, from this church to another church. The problem here is what? Your church, or assembly is a place where you have your postal code. Okay, you have your postal code there, like Amazon, eBay, or yeah, your postal code at home. Where the post guy comes from the post office and throws your letters, or even some other packages from Amazon or eBay or something like that there. Okay, this is the place where you are supposed to be found. My goodness, the place where you are supposed to be found. Here we are now. When you jump from one place to another, if a message or a package comes to this old post address, how can it be delivered to you? It's impossible, right? It's impossible. Now, when the place also where you have your supposed postal address does not deliver you anything all over the time, which means that this place is not connected. It is not connected. That's why we learned about that Isaiah is black in the 21 centuries. Now everyone is jumping, is getting crazy because they're reading scripture that Kimpavita have said in the 70s, and not in the 70s, in the 1700s. Okay, in the 1600s, Zinganguva and all of them saying, "Hey, we are the saints." But people in the 21st century, yeah, Jesus is black. What the heck? You see? Which means that the address where you have put your spirit, your body, your trust is not connected. And the other problem is people are walking from assembly to assembly because there's another thing. Humans are supposed to think that everyone wants to be a leader. Everyone wants to lead. If you read here Isaiah 28, 9 and 10, Amos 3, 7 and 8, Ezekiel 20, 38 and 17, it's not for everyone to be a leader. It's not for everyone. But now you don't have only leaders in the spiritual ways. Like I am completely in the spiritual, I know my place. But you have financial people like the Messiah. He walked around with people that did finances, people that fished, people that knew he himself was a carpenter. They knew how to build houses. So different kinds of skills, people with potential. So this kind of people will also come to your assembly. Muscle, don't kill the butts. Don't kick the butts. Now, these people, you have different kinds of people in your body of Christ, right? This is how they used to call it. When you have this people, and I think the most of them are searching for the Most High, you will always have some people that are just coming to steal, just coming to take what you're doing in assembly to go to another assembly and telling them what you're doing. and telling them again, leaving that assembly and going to again to another assembly and telling them, oh, this assembly does this, this, and this. But a good assembly, a real assembly where the Spirit sits, will not allow those kinds of people talking rubbish about other assemblies. Because the same person that is coming, that do not even know where his skills are, because the temple of David will be not built in the US or in the China or anything else, but even the Indians, everyone prophesies it will be built in Africa, and constructions where the tabernacle of David will stay, people full of gifts, people full of miracles, where we will find building the golden cities, protecting ourselves with golden walls, etc., etc. The Maleke Kongo coming down and coming descending and ascending and whatever. This is how it will be. So this kind of construction needs more than just a YouTube channel or a church building. Okay, but people are like, I have to take from him. They even sent. I'm taking it somewhere else. The only problem is you can never go back. This is the first thing. Second thing is, what is not yours will be never yours. You have to find what is yours and to make it to become in the highest way from that potential that was given to you. In Africa, many people do not understand that every family has his kodia. And now I will tell you exactly this thing, it might shock you. A kodia, a potential, and potential like a royalty. We are royals. We can't marry those people because we have something. And the most elders and parents and stuff like that, if they know, because mostly it's the uncles, the elder elders, they know the secrets about your family. There's some families, they are killers, rapers, they're drinking blood and stuff like that. They're outside there. I'm in ministry. My ministry is not, oh yeah, Masa, I have the sisters here. Sometimes they see I'm always with my phone. Different kind of cases. Families, they are in occultism. People that have different kinds of problems. Different kinds of things that is happening all over the world. Yeah, I know in my young age, I was seeing naked people in front of me. Yeah, taking their clothing off because I had to touch them. Yeah, because I have to heal, I have to help. Because they have different kinds of signs and marks. This is how I grew up in the last years that I am in ministry. This is the work of the Most High. There is no, oh, I'm young, you're old, whatever. So these elders, they have the secrets that every family in this world, like Isaiah, he will say, I came from this Joseph family. Then you will see Matthew saying, my family, they did this and this. They are shoemakers. The other one will say, we are fishers. You can't take this from them. It is something, a secret. Even there is a blessing in the spiritual world for those people, for everything that these families have done. And now look. These churches, they have never taken your potential out to bring your gifting out so that you know exactly what you have to do with that was closed or hidden inside of you so that you can make something out of it. And this is what the Moses say, that the awakening inside of you, the enlightening, the illuminated. Why are all these those people that call themselves illuminated, why are they so rich? Bankers, they are people that have different kinds of own lands, their own companies, their own different kinds of stores and stuff like that. Huh? Because something awoke in them, they become enlightened. And a church should have exactly the same way. Awaken. Isaiah say, I will teach you guys now things so that you go and do. And everyone is supposed to have a temple, and the greatest temple is in you. The greatest temple is in you. And we are coming to that very soon. Now, this what we call Kodia, the nations, China, Russians, All of them know that every family, you will when it is time, they will take you somewhere. During the slavery, our people lost a lot of knowledge. They will show you, this is ours. It's secret from the secrets. This is ours. You see? And this is the secret of receiving directly and receiving after 500 years of prayers, never receiving something. Because when you don't have something in this treasure, in this bank treasure where you used to pray and give your prayers to, how can you receive something if there is nothing? Do you understand? Your treasure is empty. Okay? How can you receive something from there? Your father is saying, I'm here, Isolele, I'm here, I'm begging you. Can you understand? Here I am. And you're hitting your prayers to the wrong place. Okay? So it is very funny that you have a lot of people, not coming with their talents to describe their talents and telling you what kind of talents they have so that you can work with them together. But they will try to work against you, but you won't find it in the Christian church by the Muzungus. You won't find it in the by the Muslims. You won't find it in the Indian by the Indians. That's why they have constitutions. Oh my goodness. That's why you will see there is not only one priest, there are many priests, and they are all one. That's why you will see all of them have different kinds of works that they do, different kinds of partnerships, even with association, with charities, with minings, with football teams. It is a emperor. Okay? It is a universe what they create. Okay? My goodness. Because this is how it is. Now, let us read this verse. Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for you travel across the sea and to make a single proselyte, and when he comes, you make him twice much as yourself. Woe to you, blind guides, who say, if anyone swears by the temple, it is nothing, but if anyone swears by the gold of the temple, he is bound by his oath. You blind fools, for which is greater, the gold or the temple, that he made the gold sacred. Now, people must know that the temple of the Most High has nothing to do with church. A temple is what? One more time before I explain that with the Most High. You can be someone that you love to drink a lot of alcohol. This is your pop, like Homer Simpson. He created his temple where he used to receive his spirits and be happy and look at the women and stuff like that. On this place, he built his altar. And believe me, if someone comes from outside and wants to beat him there, before he even touches Huma, this person will be beaten because all the spirits of Huma sits there. Okay? I'm talking about Huma the Simpson. Now, why do we become hell people or children of hell? You're going to an assembly, you're going to a place, and they're only talking badly about others. This is the only thing what they do. Okay? They do not know how to pray. You just listen to teachings like I teach now. Okay? In an assembly, you have to pray. You have to hear from the Spirit. It must be healing services. It must be services of traditional medicine or natural medicine. It must be repentance services. So different kinds of things. Worship. You see? Now you go to a place where they used only to talk about others. The problem is, by talking about others, you have to know while you're talking about others, you're lifting up the others. Because no one is talking about you, dude. You see? This is where their ignorance is. You are talking about others, but no one is talking about you. Because you're not important. People only talk about important people. So you're lifting other people up and you're not building. Okay? For an example, me, master, yeah, I have done videos about how to do gold, how to do minings, how to do where to find those things. Videos about agriculture, about Isolele, where to find. I was the first one. No one lied to me. The first one people where you can find Isolele, not Truth Unveiled or something like that. Me, Masa. People will not give me props. They will take it and will say it's from them. So this is where you see that you will not. The person is trying to be a leader. The person is trying to be a leader, but not to everyone is given to be a leader. So that person will take it and will just throw it away to someone else who will again take it and not doing anything with it. And this is where we fall. That's why you say, Pharisees, hypocrites, you are blind. You're leading people astray because you don't see. You are not a leader. Now look. The Spirit of the Most High tells you, yeah, who you are. Okay? The Spirit of the Most High tells you who you are. You don't have to go to a church. You don't have to have a leader or someone. You must. Now I will show you principles that you must know to be connected. First of all, the Spirit of himself be his witness, our spirit, that we are children of the Most High. Why should someone tell me if I am from the Most High or not if I know it? Hitler, if you ask Hitler, the things that you have done, is it right? He will say, yeah, it's from God. When you ask all this, Putin, everything but these people are doing, they will say, yes, the God sent me to do so. Okay? So now you are sitting there, you're listening to people, and everyone, yeah, praises the Most High, praises God, Jesus. Hey, it doesn't make any sense. Because the Most High Spirit must sit in you, and that's why you need a secret place, a secret temple. The temple is, if you say the church is your temple, then the temple must respond to that which is in you. Let me show it to you. People sleeping, people watching. Masa, does it mean if you hear ringing in your ears? Yeah. Okay. Questions are there is good. I will answer very soon. Tell you, here is the temple. Exactly. Now, people will start saying, okay, people will start saying, hey, did you hear about that prophet? He's doing things. Wow. Here, let us go to this temple here. Do not trust in these deceptive words. This is the temple of the Most High. This is the temple of the Most High. This is the temple of the Most High. Okay? The Most High say, which kind of temple do you want to build me? Where I will sit. The Most High Spirit. Which kinds of, even how big the house is. If we pray like this, if we sit here, is the Most High not with us? They will say no. The Most High is only with Makaya. The Most High is only with this assembly, with this Hebrew nation, with this, and that's why I was never equally who came to me. I was always saying you are free. I teach. You can take what is good, what is bad, throw away. You are free. And I always tell people, the spirit is one that has all the good fruits. Like the bad spirit is also one that has all the bad fruits. It can't be that only one person have everything. So, because everything has its time, when I speak now about the ancestors, you will see the whole world is speaking about the ancestors now. And not even end of this year, the Most High will start teaching us other things. I told you we're going to alchemy. We will prove these Christians wrong. They are kids. Okay? Now, when you will also see everyone. The Most High will start opening up. Now, look, Master, no. You guys, I will open you up in another way. You will also know. The white man has enslaved us. He has done so many bad things to us. So why do you trust him now and you're living now according to everything that he has built? Which means that even evil persons can do good, right? Not everything what evil persons say is bad. Righteous things are righteous things. Truth is truth. Bad is bad. Lie is a lie. Huh? Does he not give you social money? Did he not build your cars that you're driving with? Did you not live in his huts, in his houses? Did he not build you up? Because that's why that's why people are believing in crap that the white man has done so far. Do you not have the white man's mentality? Where's yours? So all these kinds of things, which means that, hey, don't lie to yourself. It's not about going to church that will make you a better person. Exactly not. The last people that we have spoken with that goes to different kinds of assemblies, they're praising the teacher. The teacher became a god. People saying, the Most High saying, do not trust in deceptive words. This is the temple of the Most High. This is the temple of the Most High, which these people would say. Okay? This is what these people say. Come, I show you the Holy Ghost. The Church of Holy Ghost is here. What? So all the other assemblies and churches don't have the Holy Ghost? Huh? It sounds very, very like a cult. And the Tanzania continues. Look, know ye not that ye are the temple of the Most High, and that the Spirit of the Most High dwells in you? So, with other words, let me try to explain you now. This all things. With other words, the temple of the Most High is also a body. It is a place where someone prays. Okay? This becomes a temple for you because your smell also sits there. What is the smell? When you're human, yeah, and I think you are, do you know there is power in smell? A smell is DNA. A smell tells you who you are. And there where you always sit, where you always read your book, you left something there. Okay? Evil people can go to this place and take something you will not even see. It will take your smell and go work with it so that it becomes negative, so that your life becomes handicapped and stuff like that. Because of your smell. Can you imagine? Your smell can be positive. That's why the Catholics and the Muslims and the Chinese do incense and all these other things that you have to burn like an offering. Okay? Smell is also there where your postal code is. Okay? When the Maliki Makongos descend, they know exactly Massa is no more in his temple, but Massa is now walking, he's now driving. Yeah. He has an appointment. Now, you, Michael, you will follow him. But your temple is at home. Because there, this is the place where the spirits dance and you have a connection with the Most High. But while you are outside, even if you go to the biggest club, you see people doing different kind of things. But you see people that person smells different. And you don't know. Women's, men's, dogs, everything will know. You're different because of your smell. Can you imagine? Elijah resurrected a child. How did he do that? How did he do that? He closed the doors. He could be like, I'm Elijah. You have seen all the things that I have done before. Give me the child in front of people. Abracadabra. No, 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 no. He said no one comes in. He made the place to become the place of the saints. He took his shoes off. Okay? He took his shoes off. The best way is to have your garments on. Okay? Then if you're a woman, you have your head covered, you have no earrings on, you have no makeup. Okay? You are dressing, you have your eyes open, you have to see. You have to see what you're doing. Now you want to resurrect someone. Oh, Dr. Zombie, help me. Like, that's the talk. I love the baby. Where's the baby? No, open your eyes. See. Look if in the mountain something is moving. Look if the animals are giving you something from heaven. Maybe you will receive a stone or something that you have to keep in secret. Spirituality is full of secrets. You have to open your eyes. Look to the east. No, we pray minutes. No, wait a minute. I would pray my wardrobe. I would pray in every church. Every church is the same. Just pray to Jesus and pray to the Most High. Everything's fine. Wrong. Damn lie. You must have a point where your umbilical cord is connected to heavens. You must have a connection. Okay? That is what Elijah did. And what happened? He resurrected the baby. Because this place became a place that was purified, was a saint place. The angels and everything, everyone was there. And the Most High came, child. This is, for you now, it makes make sense. You think I'm talking about rubbish or something like that, you know? You have never been in a tabernacle. You can go to the Jehovah wickedness, even the Muslims, even to the Catholic churches. They have the church in front. In the back, they have a place where they hit the rituals. Okay? Go in every church. There is a place in the back in every church. You see, where black people are children, they're kids in spirituality. Okay? And when Moses went to the mountain, this is holy now. Take your shoes off. Now, your place, your secret place, your place where you worship, it can't be a place where you throw your shoes everywhere, where you have your clothing laying there, where everyone can enter and say different kinds of words inside of it. No. It must be a place, yeah? I used to say, tell you guys a lot of things about my testimony. In the time where I was fighting against the white man, there was a day, this was the time before I start saying that I will die and stuff like that. I was like, and I wrote a letter to my mom that I will die, that the devil will kill me and stuff like that. Because I didn't see any, because I'm smart. I'm not dumb. Taking my chance, everything, because I was working with police officers and stuff. I was there. I saw people that have different kinds of high work, they had high positions, yeah, but they have done evil things. Me. So I was like, hey, there's no solution. So I wrote a letter, and that time I was smoking, not weed, because weed was not so mine, but smoking cigarettes. I went to the balcony. Okay? I went to the balcony. And I was remembering the first thing I saw were rats. Rats coming from nowhere, and when they wanted to enter into our house in Germany, they disappeared. They disappeared. They disappeared. I was like, what do I see? What? It was exactly like that. Then I remembered that my friends and all these women's and teachers, docents, and they said that sometimes you disappear. Sometimes you disappear. I was like, wow, these things there, here in the house where I live, they can't enter. So here, I am invisible. I looked to the sky, I saw the sun descending and lightening me, and the dove singing. This is where I still say, where I received the power that I have now. The sun. I went in the house, closed the doors, and was totally scared, and became even more crazy because of things that I have seen. After 3 days, because my mom, they put me there, I was so crazy because I was telling them different kinds of things that I have seen in my life. I'm seeing things and blah, 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 blah. After 3 days, You see, my testimony is different from those Christian pastors that teaches you guys. Oh, I'm a Messiah. Oh, the laws. Oh, whatever. I'm totally different. You will not see that Moses will say, I killed someone. David will say, do you know what? Do you know how I became a king? We have testimonies. And not small testimonies. Yeah. The Most High chose me from the beginning. I'm a teacher. Book here, and you have to keep the laws. And he himself is, no. I have a testimony. I was a sinner. And I had no sin. No one will teach me how to be a gangster. No one will teach me how to be a hero. Because I am a hero. I have a hero mentality. I don't steal from people. I give it for free. All my teachings are for you guys. All the things that I teach, you see 400 views, 500 views, 600 views. People are only taking. Where is mine? I don't need it. I'm made to give. To teach all Africa. I will teach the whole world. Okay? Okay, I'm a hero. My name is Elder, which means elder. I'm a hero. Okay? Now, this hero that wanted to save the world, that's why I came to this situation, by the way. And this night, after 3 days, because there was a pastor, he told me always to look to the light. That's why you have to look where the sun is. You're closing your eyes. Oh, yeah, I'm in prayer. I tell you, you do not even know to whom you pray. The most of the assemblies do not even know how to baptize. They do not even know how to clean someone. They do not know those things. But it's assembly. It's assembly of the Most High. I don't think so. Oh, good. I've seen you. Don't forget. After 3 days, out of the light, it came a face. This face was full of crystals. Okay? Crystals with different kinds of colors. And you could not look at this face like I'm used to look now to the camera. You had to look at this. Totally scared. You can't move. Okay? And what I have seen there, even the face that I have seen, which was an afro face, a man with a beard, an afro, and his eyes in the midst of it was another stone that was even more shining, and you could look at it and it was like, oh, don't hurt me. Like a baby, the hero, because I was crying, like, don't kill me, because I was seeing different kinds of things already. My spiritual eyes opening up to see the spiritual world, that the world is not like it is. Huh? Tell your teacher if he sees the spiritual world. I don't think so. So he's not a prophet. He's a teacher. Every prophet is crazy. My goodness. Because we are humble, it doesn't mean that we do not know what craziness is. In the time that you went to meet with me to go outside doing clubbing, learning scientific things, craziness. Okay? I know darkness. Okay? Now, what happened? Yes. That when it stayed there, it can be 30 minutes, I was crying and shouting. After that, my phone, my cell phone, here, starts ringing, right? I picked up my phone. Hey, I will tell you, a woman's voice. I remember that person, a girl. And I'm like calling that name from the girl. Hey, is it you? Do you see what I see? No, it's not me. I was like, oh my goodness. I understood directly that face there that was still on this light told me now through the phone. This is a holy place. Take your shoes off. The house where I lived, because my mom was always praying her whole life, there was no evil things to find. So they descend, what you can call aliens, what you will see in this world coming down, they came down from the Most High, they came down. And if I do one move here, and I told you we're going to alchemy, you can take from nothing, you take this out to come to reality. That's the difference about real spirituality and blah 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 from Christians. The Most High through my phone start telling me the secrets that were in me. That what I could hear from the Illuminati. Okay, there are things I don't like to share, but one day if I have a big assembly, I will share how the special forces like the secret services, CIA and stuff like that. Like I work with them together. They wanted to follow me, finish me off and stuff like that. I have letters. I have proof still today. I will show the world, yeah, some secrets, letters, yeah, what things like you will see scientific proofs, yeah, where my brain used to think for them. And this is why I stopped my studies and I stopped everything. I throw everything away. I have some how does it call? I have some diplomas, but the rest of it I disappeared. I say I don't want to study. I don't want to have to have anything to do with all this kinds of crap no more. Which is new age. Studying science. Science is the biggest crap on earth. All this Moses, Abraham, Amos, and all of them knew everything about science, by the way. Things. Astrology, astrophysics, astronomy. You have to be good at math. Putting things together. Can it be? Will it be? They don't need dumb people in this world. If you're dumb, no one will come to you. Okay? So what happened? He told me this is a holy place. And I saw these colors descending to me, like a reparation. And he told me, confess. 4 hours. I destroyed the television because I started with anger. I was like, who are you? I will finish you off. I will kick your butt. I was throwing, what do you want? He said, repent against the stones. Repent about the humanity. Repent about your family. I repented about every single thing. 4 hours long, crying. I had no voice no more. I shouted, help. No one was there. No, only me. He was molesting me, okay? Just to tell you, did you do that in your assembly? Did you repent with all the anger that is in your heart, with all the pain that is in your heart? Huh? With all the family curses that you carry with you? Come on. Spirituality is for the Levites only. Okay? It sounds very proud, but I don't know in other people's ministries if they teach spirituality. It's impossible. We have all the world. coming to the Congo kingdom to know exactly those things. That's what the Tanzanians say. The whole world will come to Zion to worship me. Not that I will be found in America. I will be found in Southern America. That even in the last prophecies of Zephaniah, he said, my people will come to my place to give me an offering. That Tanzania is not found everywhere and in everything and in everyone. It's a big lie. Okay? Now, the place in your house, the place in your riverside, when you have a river somewhere, a mountain, a forest, those kinds of places you can put there an altar, a temple there, a place where you hit the prayers to the spiritual world. If you pray, you're praying to the spiritual world. And in the spiritual world, he said, let us make human. Let us. He's not alone. You're praying to spirits. And if you are connected in your temple, you receive. I have always to laugh. People are like, oh, yeah, it is a lie. This money ritual. Oh, it is a lie. This ritual. You see with your own eyes that they are doing this. Now tell your pastor that he have the Bible in his hand. Yeah. Why after 400 years you are a widow, or why your children has no work, why your family is poor? What? If you're poor, why do you think those people have to go to steal, to do all these kinds of bad things, to do evil? Every person that is poor is evil automatically. How can you be poor and not be evil? Come on. You will always have an anger, bad feelings, bad thoughts. All these kinds of things shows me that your leader. This is what you see in Africa. That's why you see Africa is like it is. Your leader is mistraining you. He's not connected to that what is the Most High. Bad things brings bad things. Good things bring good things. Let me show you the scriptures. Oh yeah, this is how it is. The Most High. You can read Psalms 5. So let me share. It'll be easier for you. Now, people, plenty of them in church. Here, Psalms 5:5. The Most High hates wickedness. You shall not stand in the sight. Thou hatest all workers of iniquity. Okay? You can also read Psalms 11:5. Okay? Which means people that are bad, they must be killed. Do you think so as well? Huh? Do we have this David spirit to kill someone because he's bad? You will be like Saul, right? Oh man, this bad. It's my husband. He can do this to me. I stole him. I would kill that dude. This is my spirit. We are different. A liar must be hung. Okay? This is a revolution. This is another word. You will never see me talking like this or showing people that I am like this. But if I'm like this in this mood here, the Spirit will tell you how it should be and how it will come. Psalms 110. This Messiah is coming. He will smite many people, nations and nations, blood everywhere. Why? Righteousness is righteousness. Why should a high priest from the Most High connect to evil spirits? Impossible. But to evil spirits because they are evil from the beginning. There's evilness that they do. There's evilness in them. By the way, evil people, they have a temple at home. Temples to evil spirits. Do you know where this church mentality came from? When they start building churches in Africa, closing men's in another room and women's, children's, females in another room, doing things what they wanted to do with them in Africa, in America, in South America, in Asia. Do you know how the world became white? Huh? Come on. Ingeta, now you know what a temple is. We're going to talk one day how you can move your temple. If you have a temple at home and you want to move your temple to another place, what you have to do. Like I've said, the temple is a place where the angels know this is the place where our the worshiper, or the Malekima Kongo on earth is, and we can connect to him. And from there comes your strength. Okay? It's where the Most High in you will be found. Now, let me answer some questions. Okay. Please hit this subscribe button if you didn't subscribe, and like button. I know it was a very, very hard teaching. For those who are against those teaching, you can always unsubscribe. It's very important to do so. So link Telegram WhatsApp group, or WhatsApp group here. You can normally the WhatsApp group is big. I'm not even so often very inside. Here I'm writing. Wait. Who's admin here? So I can give you my number and I can put you into the WhatsApp group. But people have used this WhatsApp group. I don't want to give bad testimonies, but I have seen bad things there from a sister. She said she was to a woman in Kenya, and when she went to Kenya, that woman did some things to her, and she was also in our group, because you don't see faces, you don't know that people. So WhatsApp group. 00244. But it's very informative. This WhatsApp group, they share a lot of good things. There's a guy, he share very good things there. 00244. Completely out. Spirit is going down. I'm completely. Wait a minute. 931. Okay, that's my number in Angola, and if you write me, then I will put you right away to the WhatsApp group. Or we can also talk if I have some time. I sent an email. Not sure if you saw it. Yeah, I will look it. I will check. Mbote, Sister Nevish, Yingi, Sister Yingi. preach, brother. Ingeta. You don't just talk about it, you do it. Ingeta, this is how it works. We're going to alchemy. Let me explain a little bit of things, what I mean with alchemy. The disciples of Isaiah, they manipulated nature. Elijah, Moses. How does it work? First of all, you are blind. You don't know. Every one of us. But later, the Most High starts showing you, you are my child, etc., etc. He starts showing you, lets you pass through different kinds of things. That's why the schools that I teach, by the way, you can still subscribe. We have the last teaching this in 2 weeks, Sunday. Will be the last teaching, the last practice. And yeah, the schools are available. Now, so you learn different kinds of things. And then after that, you have to practice. While you practice, you have to master the practice. So, not everyone in the Bible is mentioned. For people that love the Bible so much and say, "Oh, everything is inside there." Where are the other disciples of Isaiah? Did they die after Isaiah went to heaven or whatever? You only hear from Matthew and Luke. The others. What happened to them? Not everyone is made to become a priest. Everyone is spiritual. These are the differences here. You can do everything what you do. You have to put the most effort. When you know what you have to do, you can master that what you do. Yeah. Good. Let me just answer some. I believe you are God in a sense. We are all gods. Like I said, everyone has something. Let me correct my comment. I believe Michael is a god in a sense. Okay. We are gods. I be seeing fire around me sometimes, but they're not sometimes. Wait, let me do it like this. But the sunlight shining in some things inside or outside, but it doesn't scare me. Yeah, this is the spirit of the Most High. This is the spirit. It shouldn't scare you. If you see that if you see that something blesses you or gives you strength or it doesn't harm you, it is not negative. I don't know why people are so crazy. Yeah, the Catholic priest is coming with the incense burner. You dropping some money with the water gun today and stuff like that. I was resurrecting a guy that has a phone in his pocket, and when the phone rang and he stood up and his mouth was open, and people are believing in those kinds of things, and it doesn't scare you up. Someone tells you how to do prayers, it starts scaring you up. Isaiah say there will be coming another Isaiah. There will come in other teachers. Our forefathers have never practiced. Our forefathers did not know those practices that we are doing today. They had feast days. They had days where they used to do different kinds of things. Like I said, angel of healing. You can't say to an angel of healing, "Hey man, Uriel, do you know what? Come and fight for my family and Sundays." You would be like, "What? To whom do you? You see, this is disconnecting. People will be like, "No, the Most High don't care." No, the Most High is a God of order. He say, "I created every angel for a position, for a certain thing. Even every human here on earth must do something." So how is it that in heaven? How can it be that you just can pray whatever you want to pray? No, eat grass. No, drink Fanta. What kinds of rituals did we don't see here in Africa? What kind of crap did we teach from TD Jakes and all these teachers from Nigeria and stuff like that? You see, it's not all about religion in this world. You don't have to pray so much. Do you know that? You don't have to pray all the time. You don't have to fast 1,000 times. Why do these Muslims have only some days of fasting? How many times did you fast and you didn't receive what you want? Huh? Should I be clear here with you? Should I tell you now the truth? Should I come out and tell you that is nonsense what you're doing? Fasting, you have to fast, you have to fast. What a lie! What a lie! Oh, do you think when Yesaya or Masa used to fast all this time, he could save the children of Israel? Or Yesaya? Did he not fast 40 days and 40 nights and then he went to do his work? Did you hear then later he was saying, oh, I was fasting again. And I fasted again and I fasted again. Oh yeah, I fasted with my family. I fasted with my groups. Be careful. You don't know those things. Prayers. To know how to pray is to know how to manipulate the world, to manipulate the nature, to control. There is a movie, it called Book of Eli. Do you know what the Bible is? It's a weapon against your emotions. It's a weapon against the poor people. Okay? The Bible is a weapon against the poor people. That's why you see that the church is the richest organization on earth. Not even the politicians can follow. But you want to tell me how to pray. And I'm telling you those kinds of things, that it is important to know where we go. What Isaiah have done, walking over water, multiplying food, Elijah has done, Masa have done, Simon Toko, Simon Kimbangu, Skimpa Vita, my mother, me Masa, we are like this. And it is in everyone that understood, his connection, that does this what I'm teaching here today, has his temple and does the righteous things so that he connects righteously. Like I say, every day has a color. Every day has his angel. Please check by yourself that every day by the Muzungu has a significance. That they have even days, gods for feasts like Easter and everything, and for the time, and the days, and the months, planets, significations, and stuff like that. But you're praying. Oh, no. The Muslim have a Friday prayer only for money. They are now in Ramadan. Every Muslim is in Ramadan. Why does the Muslim sin like crazy? He kills and does everything what he wants to do, but then in Ramadan he's peaceful. Oh my goodness. Wake up. You don't know. And now tell me in the Bible when your feasts are. Tell me in the Bible how to pray. I thought everything is written there. The most of us became pagan worshippers. And we have to understand and accept that. You have first to accept your mistakes. You have to accept the conditions where you are in. And then you can come out of it. Okay? You have to understand, to accept your mistakes. You have to accept that the things are wrong. That's how it is. Not everything is 1 plus 1 must not be 2. Okay? It can be also 11. Okay? Maybe you haven't seen also the zeros before the 11 or after it, which is plus and minus. Because zero means nothing, right? But with the spiritual eyes, you might see 1 plus 1, two ones, you might see it's 2, but it can be 11. But in front of it, it can be some zeros, which goes to 0, 0, comma, which goes to minus, and after it, it can come zeros, which comes to plus. Which means if we don't see those things, how can you see what is what? Brothers and sisters, what I want to say is, if we don't go to back to our ancient ways, yeah, I don't say that we have to. Women shouldn't be. We should be running there like the himbas, yeah, without bihar and stuff like that, and the man's just wearing some. No, I don't say that we should go back to the jungle with spears and stuff like that. No, I'm saying to the ancient ways. To the ancient ways, which means what? Connecting to our fathers, like they were connected to the nature, connecting again to that what was ours. It needs a lot of maturity. I've seen teachings from people on YouTube say, "Oh, they worship this and this and this." I mean, hey, come on. If you want, here's the YouTube. Let's go. You take your Bible, I take my Bible. I will not even go out of the Bible. I will, I will hit you like the Undertaker in WWF, yeah, with the Bible, only with the Bible. But you will never come against me, right? And this is the problem. A lot of talking is cheap. But in the Bible, our forefathers had a way how to worship, how to do prayers. And if we are today in this condition, it's because they put it into slavery, they put it into work, so that we cannot connect no more. And when you do not connect no more, after a while, you will be disconnected. You will forget. And what did they do? They connected us again, but with which it's not ours. We are well connected. Even our hairs are antennas. See our women's with nice hairs, they're connected. They're connected to beaches, to Rick Ross music, to all these kinds of things. But even the cry of a woman should make a complete field of agriculture within 3 days. It should be built. Boom, trees. I was always saying to my father, when I cry, different kinds of cities should be burned. Fall. This is, you might think, oh, is it true what you say? But because you still have a connection to the spiritual world that tells you this and this will happen if something happens to you. This and this is who you are. But you still don't really know. But somewhere you know that the Most High is connecting, telling you something. Now do the temple. Go and build your temple at home. Know that you are already the living temple, but go and build a temple at home as well. Have your place. Connect to the Most High. And do not try to have only a connection in the assembly, which is also a temple for you, apostle code. But when the assembly don't have the power to tell you prophecies, to help you with different kinds of things, build your altar at home. Connect. And then go to the assembly and teach them. For everyone that went to my school, I think there are some people that will 100% give my teachings to assemblies, and they do. I think those assemblies, they're like, Massa is crazy, because this is spirituality. This is truth. If the whole world would know what I know, yeah, how to connect. The last things, give me the last 10 minutes. What is money? What is material? Where does, because money is material, right? Where do these materials come from? It must have a physical body. Every material, a phone, it lives. It is something. Okay? Everything what I have here, okay? It comes from somewhere. It is something. It is visible. So it is a material. Where does this come from? Okay, it has plastic in it. It has some electronic things in it, and then they put it together. Where does this come from? Okay, maybe from the earth. Maybe from the plastic material and stuff like that. Now they put it together, so it became now a microphone and stuff like that. Okay, you were still asking. We know now how they made it. Yes. But where does this come from? Oh my goodness. An apple. An apple is an apple. You can eat it. It smells. It has even its smell. It has its taste. Where does the taste come from? Even the name of the apple. Where does it come from? That a human now call it apple. You could call it mandarin. You could call it citron. And inside the apple, there is the kern. Okay, you can say, oh yeah, the apple grew from roots from the kern. There, this is where the apple come from. Where does this kern come from? The small one. This is where Isolele is going. Before something comes to this world, you must know it in the spiritual world, and you take it and bring it to this world like it is. This is how the Most High say, let them destroy the earth. I will build it in 3 days. Everything will grow faster than you can't imagine. You look, nothing is there. You look twice, a house is built. You look the third time, you see lions around it, elephants. You don't believe? Why is the white man there where he is today? Do you know that the spiritualists will tell you, okay, this is what I see. It holds so that you do your videos. This is what you see physically. A man of God will come and say, I don't see anything. It's nothing. It looks completely different. You might see a building in the Americas all over these high buildings. A man of God passes there and say, this is not a building. This is a giant animal or whatever that is there. Everything in the spiritual world is different seen in the physical world. If he wants to help someone in the spiritual world, the thing that will be taken out from someone, like healing or something, it has a different form than that what is really inside of you. But he took it out, he helped you. Inside of you is something different that is handicapped with your heart or something like that. But he helped you. You also see, what is this? I can show you videos. You know, what is this? Okay? Every Ngunza, every prophet, when he would see America today, Babylon and stuff like that, he would pass through corners, through houses. All these bosses, if someone is really strong, a Kimbangu or stuff like that, passing there, Isaiah, you will see all these companies, for a moment, no one will work. They will stop working. It can even become a holiday, this district there, because he will make out of this district, it will become his temple, because he himself is walking like a living God. He passes everything that is evil will be cleaned up. Everything that is evil, nothing. Did you ever see how evil people stuck? If you're in spirit, they can't move. Look, you have never seen that, right? It's our sins that makes us weak. It's the world that made us to become weak. Nothing else. Thank you very much. That's the teaching for tonight. I will see you very soon.